From the Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Dale and Scott.
It's not really live. I mean, I guess it's live when we do it. But it's not live when people listen to it. Otherwise, it would be a live show. Live from Las Vegas. Anyway, hey, everybody. I'm Scott, and Dale's here, too. It's episode 362, May 24th, 2022. So excited that you came back to listen to another episode of our amazing show.
Right?
It's the best thing in the podcasting world.
Is it?
I think so.
Because if people feel the way that I do listening to it as I do making it, then ugh.
You're saying that you're not 100% behind doing this show? What the hell's wrong with you? We've only been doing it for 12 years. Don't tell me you're over it now. We still have another 12 to go. I want to make it to the 24 mark.
Yeah.
Breaking news, y'all. The last phone booth was removed from Manhattan yesterday afternoon.
I saw that.
I love this. The article said, with the advent of cell phones, payphones across the world have vanished. I mean, who couldn't figure that one out?
Yeah.
There was one left at 745 7th Avenue in Manhattan. It will now be moved to the Museum of the City of New York as part of their new Analog City exhibit.
Hey, that's kind of fun.
The exhibit's going to look at life before computers. Remember those days?
Yeah, I do, actually.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny that there was still a working payphone in New York City. All the way up until yesterday.
We got our first computer. Oh, man. I was still in high school.
Yeah. Well, I was in grade school. We had an Apple IIe with a black screen with the green letters. Yeah, I mean, that was way early on.
I mean, we had a Windows PC.
Oh, no. We didn't have those back then. I had a computer way before you were probably born. I don't know. Maybe around the time you were born. Shortly thereafter.
You had a computer in the 80s?
We had a computer in the 80s, yeah. It didn't do much. I mean, it certainly didn't have the internet on it.
Yeah, because I remember we had Prodigy.
Right,
internet,
yes.
And that was during the time where you had email, but you couldn't pick it. You were assigned random letters.
Random letters and numbers.
And I still know my Prodigy email address.
What was it?
It was LDDX66C.
So stupid.
That was my email address.
I can still remember my phone number from the house that we moved away from when I was 7 years old.
Yeah, mine was 629-5474.
Stop! Don't do that. People are going to start calling it.
Well, that's not ours anymore, so it doesn't matter.
More breaking news in honor of Taco Tuesday, because today is Tuesday, and I'm sure you all are going to have tacos tonight. Students at Johns Hopkins University, I guess that's in Baltimore, right, have created a clear adhesive tape to keep burritos, wraps, and soft tacos closed when you're eating them. It's an edible and safe tape that you can just eat right along with your food.
I love the name of it.
They are applying for a patent, and they're calling it Tasty Tape.
I love it.
Isn't that fun?
I love it.
I mean, why didn't someone think of that before?
It's funny because we had those soft tacos the other day, which for one, they were just absolutely horrible. But number two, they were soft tacos and they just fall all over the place.
Well, we make tacos a lot, and we usually make them ourselves, and they're fine. The stuffing does kind of fall out, especially if you put too much stuff in there.
But I actually eat my soft tacos. I make a burrito out of them. So
right, exactly. But we ordered tacos from Pollo Loco.
El Pollo Loco.
Well, guess what?
It was disgusting.
Don't get tacos from there. That's not what they're known for. They're known for chicken. Get chicken there.
It was just a weird thing. They
were also
ice
cold.
Not room temperature.
Cold.
They were actually cold.
Like they literally came out of a refrigerator.
Yeah.
And it was $50. We should have complained.
One of the worst meals ever.
Ever.
Well, I still have yet to.
There was no Tasty Tape
rate
on it.
them, so
maybe you should
have to do that because that was just a horrible, horrible thing. But you're right; that's something you should get what they're known for, and that's
right.
Their chicken dishes, which is supposed to be really good.
I mean, that's like going to Red Lobster getting a steak. You know, that's not what you're supposed to go to Red Lobster for.
I've done that.
Hey, attached soda caps are a thing overseas, but not here because no one cares here. Did you know this? I didn't know this. The European Union has passed a law requiring that disposable plastic bottles have caps that can't come off so that they get recycled along with the bottle.
Yeah.
Over in Europe, they're so much better at recycling than we are. A good 90% of their plastic disposable stuff that people buy beverages in and food stuff gets recycled. That doesn't happen here. Did you guys know that our number is less than 30%?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that they're not starting to make drink products. Like, why aren't they coming in paper?
Right.
You know
Why
what I
isn't
mean?
more
Like-
stuff coming in paper? Well, it might be hard to do a carbonated beverage in a
think?
paper.
Like in a wax-coated paper?
It might not work.
No.
But, they're selling wine that way now.
Or put it back in aluminum cans and keep it that way.
Exactly.
Make a 20-ounce can. You can make cans any size you want.
Anyway, Coca-Cola Company is starting to roll out their attached cap bottles in the UK. It's part of their World Without Waste initiative. They want to make sure that all their bottles their goal is for 50% of their bottles to be recycled, and they're going to be using 100% recycled materials by 2030, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Why isn't the U.S. doing this? I've got a picture here. I'll put it up on our social media accounts. It's cool. I mean, the cap basically just you unscrew it and then it just kind of stays there.
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere, and I guess that's good and keeps little kids from swallowing them and dying. Right? Isn't that a problem?
I don't know.
This, my friends, is the Swish Edition. From their secret underground studio, this is the Swish Edition.
I got a mouthful for you guys.
Dale and Scott are in the studio on the mics, and they fired up the antenna.
It has to come whether you like it or not.
And if you're willing to show it, they'll take a picture of it.
I actually think I might throw.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between, here are your new best friends. They're your
It's
hosts,
very exciting for me because this is the best show ever made.
Dale and Scott.
Hey Dale,
Yo.
do you want to shake with that?
No, not right now.
So when you go to the drive-through at a fast food place and they say, "Do you want to shake with that?" They used to do it. Sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
Right. We'll just say no.
Or do you want fries with that?
Do you want fries with that? Or usually, yeah. Did you hear this story?
I did.
A manager at an Arby's restaurant in Washington State has been accused of urinating in a milkshake mix that may likely been used to serve dozens and dozens of people. All right, this dude was already facing child pornography allegations when investigators found the video on his cell phone that he took himself of him peeing in the milkshake mix. He's now been charged officially with assault, second-degree assault for doing this.
Yeah, you should be. It's horrible.
He acknowledged that he did it because it got him off. It was a sexual gratification thing. And he's almost sure that he threw it away, but he can't be 100% sure.
Bull.
Another manager at the Arby's told detectives that the restaurant sold at least one ice cream float and about 30 to 40 milkshakes that day. Anyway, how can that call?
Yeah, but this last bullet point is like the topping on the cake.
But please be rest assured if you live in Washington State and went to Arby's a couple months ago and got a shake, a public health director in Washington State says that there's no significant health risk to consuming a drink contaminated with urine.
There you go.
Urine for everyone.
Well, since we're speaking of Arby's, I just read that soon, not like around the corner, but soon,
Yeah.
Arby's is going to be selling their first cheeseburger.
I'm very surprised that they haven't done that.
Yeah.
I mean, because they do have the meats.
They have the meats, right? So
Yeah.
why wouldn't they have a burger? You know what my favorite thing was? It was a long time ago. They don't make them anymore. But you remember they called them, there's market fresh sandwiches?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came on these really nice thick pieces of like wheat bread or sourdough. And my favorite one was the chicken Caesar salad one. And there was just these big, giant
I don't know
sandwiches,
about this.
market fresh sandwiches.
I like the Reuben. And
Yeah.
of course, their classic roast beef sandwich is my favorite.
Well, a burger's coming.
All right, burger is coming. They do have good fries too. Yeah. Anyway,
I missed the old Arby's fries are by Fest. They were the best.
Fest.
The crinkle cut new ones are good.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't been to McDonald's to get waffle fries.
Oh my goodness, McDonald's has waffle fries. Speaking of McDonald's, did you know that there is a new class action lawsuit happening against McDonald's and Wendy's for they're being accused of false advertising? This story fucking cracked me up because is anyone fooled by the pictures in the ads at fast food places? Because we all know that it does not look like that.
This is frivolous.
There's a great picture here. I'll put it up on our social media. This person who on Twitter, I think it was, said they put up a picture of the new bourbon bacon burger that they're selling at Wendy's. And it looks great. It's there on the right with a Dr. Pepper in the back, and it's juicy and huge. And then he took a picture of the one he was given. Let me tell you, folks, does not look anything like the advertisement.
No.
But this is nothing new. This has been going on since the 60s. I mean, this is nothing new. According to the lawsuit filed last week in the U.S. District Court of New York, this class action complaint alleges that both Wendy's and McDonald's are duping customers by overstating the size of their food items and the amount of toppings they include. They say it's false and misleading advertising. What this is a law firm that wants to make millions of dollars for themselves.
Yeah.
And then all the class action people like you and me, if we sign up for it, because we've eaten at Wendy's and
We're gonna
McDonald's,
get $1.
we're going to get 76 cents. I mean, literally, people. It's so fucking stupid. Anyway, in March, the same law firm also had a case against Burger King.
Well, they're probably just going to go down the list.
They're going to go down the list because everyone does it.
Everyone does it.
Everyone does it. I mean, it's called food styling.
Right.
And companies have been doing it for ages. I mean, they use things like, I know that for like ice cream, they use sometimes like lard or something that doesn't melt. And I know for coffee, sometimes they use, what was it, that soy sauce instead of coffee. I mean, there's all kinds of things that they do in these ads to make them better. There was even this story that they would take a tampon, put it in water, and then microwave it so it gave off steam, and then they'd put it behind the burger so it looked like the burger was giving off steam.
Oh, look at that.
Because they wanted to give the impression that it was piping hot. Unlike our tacos that came to us the other day.
They were fucking ice cold.
Anyway, this is a class action I'm not interested in joining. I understand what I'm getting. I realize that the Big Mac does not look like the Big Mac in the ad.
Right.
So, anyway. And as normal, as happens on every fucking episode of the Swish Edition, the dogs are barking. I don't understand why we can't close that door.
They don't care what the food looks like.
You would the dog no, they would eat it faster than they could even look at it.
Yeah.
Now, talking about being duped, did you hear this story?
Yes.
Lake Mead corpse water. I love this. Someone is actually selling a bottle that says Lake Mead corpse water on it.
No, I didn't hear this.
Yeah.
I read your first line. That I know about, but this, no, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so if you guys don't live in the Las Vegas area, you may not have heard this story, but I think it made national news. A couple weeks ago, a barrel was found in Lake Mead, which is the big, huge lake that's just to the east of Las Vegas. It's where the famous Hoover Dam is.
The Colorado River.
Yeah, they found a barrel there, and inside the barrel was a dead body. They don't know who that dead person is, but it's probably from the old mob days or something.
That's what makes this fun, is because everyone's speculating on who it is, and they've been rumors of a couple of mobsters who had went missing like in the late 70s and 80s who were never found.
Maybe it's Al Capone. Maybe we'll find out one of these days soon.
So that's what could be cool. I mean, the funny thing about living in Las Vegas, especially where we live, I mean, when you think about it, during the early days, there was nothing here but just dirt.
Oh, we could
there's very likely bodies under our land.
Right. We could go out and plant a tree in the backyard and find a dead body
from those days. Because
right.
things were weird and it was the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, if someone wanted to make someone disappear from the Flamingo, this is where they probably would have come, where we live, because we're like 10 miles away.
Yeah.
In the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Yikes. That is scary. I think we had an Uber driver once who said that happened to her father, that he was digging in his backyard out here in Southwest Vegas and found a skull.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you guys may know, Lake Mead is dangerously low because we've had, we're in the middle of a huge drought.
Yeah.
So things are popping up like this. So this store here in Vegas, it's called, what is the name of the store? Blasphemy Boutique. Well, perfect name.
Right.
It's here in a strip mall here in Vegas. They are starting to sell a little bottle of water called Lake Mead Corpse Water. And apparently it's gotten national attention.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
The owner says they aren't making light of the dead, but yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. In Morrison City news, David Blaine. Now this, I don't quite understand, and you guys tell me if you think you can figure this out. Illusionist David Blaine is launching a residency at Resorts World, which is our newest big, huge casino resort here in Vegas. I understand that he's really fun and he does all kinds of great endurance things.
Yeah.
But does his show really translate to the stage? I wonder.
Well, he is a magician.
Is he he doesn't cut women in half and make tigers disappear?
Sure, he does.
Does he do that kind of stuff?
Who that is? I guess I get what you're talking about. Yeah, he's
he does things like puts himself in a clear coffin and stays in there for 5 days.
He's also a magician.
All right. Anyway, he is going to start at Resorts World September 30th. He's got dates in October and December also. It's only 6 shows. Is that a residency? Can you call it a residency if it's only 6 fucking shows?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they use that residency name a little too loosely around here. Anyway, Carrie Underwood, Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, Michael Bublé, they've all got shows at Resorts World. Celine would be there too, but she's got problems. So
yeah.
Hopefully she'll be back someday soon. And scary for my wallet, Dale. This one scares me. So I don't know if we've ever talked about it on the show, but I'm a huge pop art fan, and we've got lots of pop art all over our house. We've bought some really fun stuff, and on vacations in Key West, we just bought this piece with Pink Panther on it. It's got neon. It's really cool. Had it shipped to our house in Delaware, and now we had to ship it all the way out here. It's hanging in our bar. Anyway, I also love this artist. He's called Shag, and he lives in Southern California, and he also spends a lot of time in Palm Springs, and I think that's where I discovered his work.
Yeah.
Not only do we have 2 pieces of art by him, but we also have glassware and swizzle sticks.
Coffee. Have we tried the coffee yet?
No, I think I've got a book. I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff from him. Anyway, so he's got stores in Southern California and Palm Springs. We've been to the one in Palm Springs.
It's kind of like, it's pop art, right?
It's very pop art, kind of mid-century modern, 1960s kind of bohemian kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it to death. We have one in our bedroom. Where's the other one? We've got 2. I don't know where they both are. Anyway, there's one in our sunroom.
Yeah.
He is opening a store. So back in April, when the Palms reopened, he did a pop-up store, which we didn't go to because it was late. It didn't even start till 9 o'clock, and we're in bed at 9 o'clock. But he's now opening a permanent store at the Palms starting May 26th.
I just wish it wasn't at the Palms.
I know. It seems weird because it's kind of, the Palms is kind of off-strip and locals. I wish it was more like Bellagio or
Forum
Cosmo.
shops.
Cosmo would be perfect.
Cosmo would be perfect. Forum shops would work.
Yeah.
Because everything in forum shops is...
Anyway, super excited about this store.
Brands.
It's going to be open Thursday through Monday, closed Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know why. Why would you be closed 2 days a week?
So are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
Because you'll probably be there on opening day.
It's a soft opening. They're going to have a grand opening sometime soon.
Oh.
So we can go. You want to go?
Sure.
All right, let's go. We can't afford it, but for our friends that live in second-tier cities, you might be excited to know that Brees Airways is coming to your town, and they will bring you to Vegas nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time there's ever been a nonstop from Richmond, Virginia to Vegas.
It's pretty great.
Brees Airlines is a new kind of, what do they call it? Low income? Not low income. No, that's wrong.
It's a budget airline.
A budget airline. Yeah. It's kind of like Allegiant-ish. But here's one of the things they're doing that no one else is doing. You can cancel your flight within 24 hours and you get 100% of your money back.
Yeah. But the good thing about this is, unlike Allegiant, Spirit, or Frontier, these are brand new planes.
Brand new. They're using Airbus 220s. So Richmond, Norfolk, Virginia, Jacksonville, Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, Syracuse, New York, Charleston, South Carolina, all these airports, they're going to be bringing people to Vegas nonstop, which I think is pretty cool. They have no Wi-Fi and no TV, so bring a book.
No frills.
Yeah, you might get a cup of water.
But that's fine. I looked at dates from Richmond to Las Vegas because we have a good friend who has
Jacqueline.
roots.
She's been on the show before.
Yeah, in Richmond, their inaugural flights are gonna run you about $800, which I think is understandable because it's new. But I look further, like in September, you can get round trip for like $400.
There you go. Well,
and their first class you can get for like $800.
Everything is expensive now.
Yeah,
everything.
But their first class is $800.
Is it first? They call it first class, or they just?
No, they call it like really nice.
Yeah, really.
They have funky names for it. It's called good, nice, and really nice, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, their inaugural flights are going to be expensive. I bet they probably have a reason because people are buying them up. But you look later in the year, we were looking at September, and you can get here for like $400.
Everything is so expensive. I was looking at way ahead at Christmas flights to go home to the East Coast for Christmas. I don't know that we're going to be doing that. I mean, it's ridiculous, the prices.
I don't care.
Yeah. I think we'll stay home and go sometime in January.
Do you know what could be really fun is to call home, apologize, say, look, we are not coming, but we'll come afterwards and spend the day at a casino.
Well,
I bet it'd be dead.
We can do that here. Why would we do that there?
We're staying home for Christmas Day.
Oh, you mean on Christmas? You
celebrate
and me.
Christmas Day at the casino.
How exciting is that?
Yeah.
How festive is that?
I mean, we did that for Thanksgiving. I won lots of money.
Fine with me. Well, my mom and dad are coming here in December, so I don't feel like huge pressure to go home.
Right. My mom, sister, and grandmother are supposedly coming in August.
They're not supposedly. They're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fun. I want to talk about this. It's a little commercial. I'm only doing it because I think it's a really great thing and I didn't know it existed and I'm super excited about it. It's called bookshop.org. If you guys read books, fiction, nonfiction, books from the traditional publishers, instead of going to Amazon.com and having that shit sent to you, go to bookshop.org. They'll send it to you just like Amazon does, but 30% of the price of the book goes to a local bookshop in your neck of the woods, and you get to pick the bookshop. I love this so much.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Better yet, get your ass down to the local bookshop and support your independent local bookseller instead of Amazon. Now, that aside, I do want you to do that, and you can go buy my brother-in-law's books at bookshop.org. And he actually was thrilled that I posted this because I posted on Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
If you want to get an Ava Blades book or an R. Scott Wallace book, that's me, you need to go to Amazon because that's the only place they are. You can't get those at bookshop.org. Anyway, I love books, and I don't read books on my phone or my iPad or a Kindle. I like actual, real physical books where you turn the pages.
Right.
Yeah. So I still buy books. I buy more books than I can read.
Yes.
As you can see from all around us. Speaking of paper, there's a company called Condé Nast. You've heard of it. They've been around for
Who hasn't heard of it?
over 100 years. One of their magazines that they publish is called Vogue. I don't know if you've ever heard of that magazine. Anna Wintour. It's really famous. They made a whole movie about that. Anyway, the publishing giant decided that they're assholes, basically. And they sent a cease and desist letter to the owner of the Star Inn at Vogue, which is a tiny little hamlet somewhere in England. And this is a pub that's been around for hundreds of years. Literally hundreds of years.
A lot of those pubs in Britain they've been like
in constant
operation for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
When I was in London, I went to a place that had opened in the 1700s.
Yeah.
And it's never closed.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
So cool. And that's one thing, and that's one thing that America will never have or won't have for a very long time because we're a young country. Britain's been around since the dawn of time.
But we also don't like old stuff, and we get rid of things and knock them down and build something new. The letter that Condé Nast sent to the owners of the pub said that you guys should consider changing your bar's name to avoid problems arising. The bar owners laughed their asses off and then sent a letter back to Condé Nast saying, the name of our town is Vogue, and it's been Vogue for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So you can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah. I don't think Condé Nast has a leg to stand on in this.
Condé Nast sent a letter back on May 13th saying, our bad. We're grateful to learn more about your business in this beautiful part of your country. I'm sure that you will appreciate why we regularly monitor the use of the name Vogue. However, we're quite correct. You are quite correct to note that we have no leg to stand on here, basically.
It's just basically someone didn't do their due diligence over at Condé Nast.
It was probably a fucking intern, right?
Just Googling Vogue and they came across the bar.
So I wonder, did Madonna get a cease and desist letter when she put out Vogue? I mean, fuck you. It's amazing to me. I'm all for copyrights and stuff like that, but I mean, people take it too far. And someone tried to copyright the word "the" at one point, and the judge was like, "No."
There was a case with Starbucks who sued someone, and she had a store, and it was called Starbuck, but her last name was Starbuck. Yeah. Literally, her last name was Starbucks.
And she'll lose. And that's...
Probably.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. If that's your fucking name, like, Coming to America. Remember McDougal's? And they kept getting cease and desist letters from McDonald's because they opened McDougal's. And he said, I don't have the golden arches. I have the golden... I don't know. Something else. It was funny. But yeah. I mean, if your name is McDonald's, are you not allowed to open a burger place?
Not named McDonald's.
That doesn't seem fair to me.
Why?
Because if your name is McDonald, then you should be able to open a burger place named McDonald's.
There's already a business burger joint named McDonald's.
There's everything is already something. Right. So there's not a lot of names.
You could open a burger joint and call it Scott's or Wallace's.
Good. I'm sure I could.
There you go. Problem solved.
I'm not opening no burger joint. I'm going to open a taco place and use the Tasty Tape. We should have thought of Tasty Tape. What's wrong with us?
That's a nice name. I love it.
If you've got some extra cash, you can start your own cruise line, just like Richard Branson did and Jimmy Buffett did. We talked about both of those on the show before. We've also talked about the fact that Crystal Cruise Line went belly up because the Hong Kong company that owned it tried to expand way, way too fast and then couldn't keep up with all their riverboats and yachts and jets and stuff. And they lost the Crystal Serenity and the Crystal Symphony. And now they're being auctioned off. They've been sitting in Freeport, Bahamas since last January. Dog is very upset about this. They're going up for sale on June 7th as part of the line's liquidation process. So, what do you think about starting the Dale and Scott Cruise Line?
Hail to the no.
Swish Edition Cruise Line. How about that?
What if you what's something like that go for? Can you get it for a few $1,000s?
No, I think it's going to be hundreds of millions of dollars probably, and someone's going to buy it They're great ships. They're top of the line.
They're new, right?
Yeah, I would think no. Well, they're not new ships, but they're certainly well kept ships, and they're certainly up. They're the highest standard of cruising, so they're going to be gorgeous inside.
Yeah,
they've got all the bells and whistles.
Somebody will buy them.
Maybe Azamara. I can't say it, but yeah, they've been buying a lot of stuff lately. Or maybe Elon Musk would like to start his own cruise line.
There you go.
The Tesla cruise line. Or you can call it Cruise X. You can
Cruise X?
Cruise X, like SpaceX, because he owns SpaceX and Cruise X.
Would that run a problem with celebrity?
Because their service mark is the X.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it would. This is something that I didn't think I would see coming back, and I could not believe this when I read it the other day. The Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus is making a comeback. I know we talked about this on the show before when it went away, and I heralded the decision because I thought it was horrible what they did with those animals. They got such huge pushback from the public and PETA and animal activists, and there was even a court case that was back in 2016. People were alleging the elephant, mostly about the elephant, and the mistreatment that they went through, being forced to perform and stuck on a train car and shipped all over the country. The circus agreed to remove the elephants from the show and ended up sending them to an elephant sanctuary in Florida, where they're still probably living today, and they don't have to stand on a ball, which is nice. Once the elephants were dropped from the show, ticket sales declined dramatically. I don't believe it was because of that. I think it was just because of their bad PR.
Yeah.
And because there's so many other things to do nowadays. Families don't need to go to the fucking circus.
Right.
Anyway, the show ended the next year after 146 years.
Jeez.
2017, they went away. And now, Feld Entertainment, which also owns the Ice Capades, if you didn't know, they're bringing back the greatest show on earth sometime next, I guess it's going to be September of 2023, without animals.
Nice.
So it's going to be a 3-ring circus. It'll travel around the country like the Cirque shows do.
Right.
And,
it could work.
It could work, and they could have flying acts, and they can do that motorcycle thing in the ball that they're real famous for. But no lions, no tigers, no seals, no elephants.
There you go. Next on the list should be SeaWorld.
I still have no interest in going. Yeah. Well, don't get me started on SeaWorld. That damn place needs to just shut down. Let those fish go and just walk away.
Yeah.
Anyway, some entertainment news for y'all. We saw Downton Abbey, a new era. We saw it in a movie theater last Friday. What'd you think? Without giving any spoilers.
I enjoyed it, and this is coming from someone who has never watched the show, the PBS show. I've only seen the movies, and I enjoyed them both.
Good. Yeah, no, I really liked it.
There were funny parts, and the funny parts came from the people that I expected to get them from.
Yes.
The old lady.
Yeah.
I loved it. I enjoyed it.
That's what my dad said, too. He said he referenced the old lady. And I'm like, Dowager Countess. Maggie Smith's character.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's really good. I think that the guy who created it tried to do too much with this. Like, he tried to do too many storylines, but it was enjoyable.
I only had the one problem that I think that you had that was mentioned to you, and I won't say it, but other than that, it was a great show. It was a great movie.
Yeah, well, you're really enjoying his other show, The Gilded Age, on HBO.
Yes,
we're excited about season 2 of that coming back. So you've watched all that. Maybe you should start Downton Abbey from the beginning. Find out where all these characters came from.
I mean, we do have tickets to supposedly the last Jurassic Park, like forever.
Oh, that's true. So we did go to the movie theater. We went to this great movie theater right across the street from our house, and I would say it was about maybe 25% full.
Yeah.
And it was all old people because that's who likes Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
But when we go to Jurassic Park in a couple of weeks, it might be different. It might be a little younger. The kids will be out of school. There might be more kids there.
Yeah.
But what I love about that one, and supposedly the final one, is that all the original actors are coming back.
That's what I'm most excited to see.
Yeah. So
I can't wait.
Very excited about that. Now, this is where all the dinosaurs, if you guys have been keeping up with the movies, they're all loose all over the world. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a mess. It's a mess.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. After 19 seasons on afternoon TV, The Ellen Show is finally coming to an end this Thursday, May 26th. That's just a couple days away.
Yeah.
I set a recording just in case you forget about it. It's actually already happened. I didn't realize this, but they taped it last month in April.
Oh.
So she's done.
Yeah.
She's already done. So I'm surprised that more information hasn't gotten out about what happened on the final show. But her final guests on the final show are Jennifer Aniston, Billie Eilish, and Pink.
Nice.
So
I bet there's going to be surprise people.
also on today's episode, the Tuesday episode, it's going to be Oprah. So I don't know that Oprah's ever been on the Ellen Show before. Maybe she has.
I don't know.
I might check that out. I think I taped all the episodes this week just to see how
Yeah.
she kind of wraps it up. Yeah.
Okay.
And you think there's going to be some kind of like big prizes for the audience, maybe? You get a car. You get a car.
I thought she would do that one more time since
Yeah.
she wasn't going to be around for the holidays. That she would do that. But
Well, I know being
Maybe
in
not.
our audience for the December episodes are supposed to be amazing because everybody gets like lots of shit for free.
It's 12 days of
12
stuff.
days at Ellen.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ellen will be busy with her new project in Rwanda. Did you hear about this?
I knew about this.
So
yeah.
as a birthday present, Portia de Rossi, Ellen's wife, gave Ellen her own gorilla conservation project in Rwanda. So they'll be traveling to Africa to play with gorillas.
There you go.
They're also busy flipping houses. I don't know if you know this, but they move like every 5 days. Literally every 5 days. They move into a multi-million-dollar mansion.
Yeah.
And then they flip it, and then they move into another multi-million-dollar mansion.
They like to move much like we do.
Yeah.
Hate it. It's not fun.
Is there anything we can do about the dogs? No.
Does it matter?
I don't know. I would just hope we're not annoying people at home. If they're listening, if they're still listening, maybe they're not annoyed by it. I don't know. We just drink more. Did we mention that if you guys drink a couple drinks before you listen to the show, you'll probably enjoy it better?
Yeah.
Disney Plus is premiering their new Obi Wan Kenobi series this Friday, May 27th. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoyed The Mandalorian, and we enjoyed parts of
Boba Fett.
Fett.
I think my favorite part about that was seeing the big guy, Jabba the Hutt. That was fun to see.
Jabba the Hutt's offspring or relatives. Yeah, because Jabba was way dead.
Yeah.
But this one is, of course, Ewan McGregor is coming back to reprise the title role as Obi Wan Kenobi, and this series takes place between episodes 3 and 4. So if you guys know your Star Wars history, episode 4 is the original Star Wars: A New Hope. Then they went back and made the prequel movies 1, 2, and 3. So this takes and Ewan McGregor was Obi-Wan in those first 3 movies. So this is a story that takes place between 3 and 4.
Gotcha.
So one of the fun thing that happens, and this is not a spoiler because it's already out there, is that just like in the Mandalorian has the baby Yoda, Obi-Wan, this series, has a baby Luke Skywalker. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is seen delivering the baby Luke Skywalker to Uncle Owen on Tatooine. So we see, how Luke Skywalker got to live there with his uncle and aunt.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and of course, he eventually comes and gets him again
Yeah.
at the beginning of New Hope. Anyway, I'm excited about this. What I didn't know is it's a limited series. It's only 6 parts. It's only 6 little episodes.
That's it? That's all we're getting?
And that's it. But Ewan McGregor did say in an interview that he's game to do more, but Disney has not made any commitment to do more.
Gotcha.
So he also said he thought it was pretty sad that no one would feel bad or sad for him in this series, thinking that, oh my God, he's going to die, because they know he doesn't die,
right?
Because he lives through the next couple. You know what I mean? So I guess there's a lot of prequel things like that, right?
Yeah.
You know that the character doesn't die because we know they don't die,
right?
So if they're in a challenging situation with guns or bullets or fists or something, then we're like, oh well, we know what they're going to get out of it,
right?
Because we know they don't.
How
die.
are they going to get out of it?
Right, exactly. That's why you have to introduce new characters and kill them. Probably, I don't know what I titled this episode. I might title it Wonder Twin Powers Deactivate, because we talked about this on the show a couple weeks ago that I can never say his name. KJ Appa, who plays Archie on Riverdale on the CW. He was cast to play Zan in the Wonder Twins movie that they're making for HBO Max. Anyway, they're not making it. It's been canceled. And it's likely a casualty of the fact that Warner Brothers and Discovery, that big merger that's happening, their new CEO has determined that he needs to cut $3 billion in costs.
Wow.
So things are falling off really quick. So the Wonder Twins movie, if you guys
surprises me. I mean, because HBO is it just, you always hear about that they're just doing so well. They're kicking ass. And
I know. I don't know why do they need to cut $3 billion out of their costs? I mean, and Discovery Plus is also doing really well.
Right.
I love Discovery Plus. I was just watching it this afternoon.
Right.
When I should have been working. But I did like it. I was supposed to write today. I was going to write 10 pages today. But I watched something stupid instead. Oh, and here's my favorite news. This just came out yesterday. Ricky Martin is joining Apple TV Plus's new show, Mrs. American Pie, which we just talked about last week. Mm-hmm. He is going to be the lead. He's not a secondary character. He's the lead.
Is this the first for him?
I think so. He's going to be playing opposite Kristen Wiig, Allison Janney, and Laura Dern.
That's a pretty damn good cast of women there.
Last time we saw Ricky acting, he was in Ryan Murphy's The Assassination of Gianni Versace, which we enjoyed. But he had a very small part. I mean, he played Gianni Versace's male lover.
Right.
Very tiny part. But he can act. I mean, he's been in stuff before. He was in General Hospital, for God's sakes. I mean, that was his big first acting thing. We saw him on Broadway in Evita. He can act. Well, the show is horrible, but he's not horrible. Anyway, let's see what he does with Mrs. American Pie. That'll be on Apple TV Plus. I don't know, the fall or early spring? I don't know. They're making it now.
Yeah.
And then we also got news that Peacock's Queer as Folk reboot, it got a premiere date June 8th, if you guys are into that kind of thing. I don't know, is it called a reboot or is it a reimagination? Because it's a whole new cast, it's a whole new city, it's a whole new time frame.
I don't think they used the word reboot because it's going to be entirely new.
There's nothing that's the same about it.
Same.
This is going to focus
supposedly.
This is going to focus on the aftermath of a mass shooting at a gay club, kind of like that one that happened down in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And then the cast is going to be a lot more diverse than the original cast, which was like all white. They were all white, right?
Yeah.
And they're moving their setting from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to New Orleans, Louisiana. And they got a couple big names. Kim Cattrall and Juliette Lewis are in there. But also, I recognize a lot of the characters who are playing the main parts, the gay and trans and bi and lesbian people. But I don't necessarily know their names. But I see people that I've seen in other stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And it does look good. And Kim Cattrall plays, I think she's got a southern accent. She plays like someone's mom. I think Juliette Lewis plays someone's mom.
Right.
Because you always need that kind of character and you need someone to bring in the people.
I know, and it's a shame that you would think, how great would it have been to have, what's her name?
Sharon Gless.
Right, but what's the woman's name from the hotel show?
The hotel show.
In Hawaii?
I don't know what you're talking about. Hotel show in Hawaii.
Yeah, she's gay famous. From
you're talking about White Lotus?
White Lotus, yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge.
That's the one.
She's been a guest on our show.
Why can't she be like the new Debbie?
You want her on the show
as a new Debbie?
Well, it's already filmed. They can't add her for you.
I think it'd be great as a new Debbie.
The new Debbie is Kim Cattrall or Juliette Lewis. One of those two will be that. I mean, I want Sharon Gless back. I mean, they should have had somebody from the original show. I mean, get Hal Sparks. You need someone down there who.
Is she on Burn Notice?
Yeah, that show's been off there a long time too. I don't know that she's doing anything anymore, but I follow her on Instagram and she's pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, she gets around. Sharon Glass we're talking about, who played Debbie on the original Queer as Folk. Anyway, if you guys haven't seen the original Queer Folk, watch that. I don't know about this new one. Actually, it looks okay.
Yeah.
We'll probably watch it, but the original is a classic. It's a modern day classic.
Yeah.
From the 90s. Two more things. Conan O'Brien has accepted $150 million to sell his podcasting company, Team Coco, to Sirius XM. I didn't know Sirius XM had any money like that. After paying, I
didn't either.
After paying Howard Stern $50 million a year. Anyway, Conan O'Brien will continue to create and host his own show for SiriusXM and other material for a new channel on Sirius. And we would just like to put it out there, if the people from SiriusXM are listening to the show, that we are ready to entertain offers to sell you our company.
Nobody wants that.
How about the Swish Edition channel on SiriusXM? Would be in every fucking car in the country. And finally, a little bit of Kenan Thompson news. I have half is good, half is bad. You guys may have heard, it was big news this past weekend. Kate McKinnon, A.D. Bryant, Kyle Mooney, and Patrick Davidson Kardashian.
Pete,
what did I say?
Patrick Davidson.
I fucked it up. I fucked up my joke. Pete Davidson Kardashian all had their last episodes on SNL this past Saturday night. But sadly, it was not Kenan Thompson's last episode. The fucker is going to be back again next fall. I hate him, if you didn't know that. Anyway, NBC did do one right thing. They canceled the sitcom Kenan. So Kenan doesn't have two jobs anymore, just one. Damn it. And that's all I got.
Bye, y'all.
We're going to go call Sirius and see if they want to entertain some offers. Did we mention that if you guys drink a couple drinks before you listen to the show, you'll probably enjoy it better?
Yeah.